Am I the astronaut for going to an NFL game instead of a trip with wife? Eek. I, 26 male, have been discussing with a couple buddies for a few days, and we decided we would all go to an NFL game. My little brother and his friends were going to come along. It was going to be one of the best guys' nights we have ever had. I was paying for my brother and two of my friends and thought about bringing my 2-year-old son, but changed my mind about it because he was too young. My wife comes and surprises me with 2 plane tickets to France, where we would be spending 1 to 2 weeks. Not sure exactly how long the trip would be. Might have even been like 3 days. One of those days was the day of the game. I told her I was going to an NFL game and could not make it. She told me to choose between her and my friends. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I chose the obvious choice and went with my friends. Why? That's the obvious choice? Oh my god, that was the obvious choice. We have a problem here. She started crying on the spot. I was getting pretty annoyed. Wait, he didn't even hesitate. She told him to, she's like, choose between me or your friends. Obvious, choose my friends. I told her to stop acting so entitled and that we could go another time. She said she cannot cancel the flight, so we had to go. I have been watching football ever since I was young. I used to dream about being a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. My family lived in Denver at the time. We moved later on. This was my chance to finally watch an NFL game from the stands and not see it through the pixels of a television. And I told my wife about the trip before she even booked. Fast forward to the day of the game. I returned home late because we all had a party after the game. My wife put our kids to sleep and she was waiting in bed. I could tell by the look on her face that she had been crying. I gave her a hug to comfort her. That should do it. Neither of us said a word and we went to bed. The next morning, she doesn't make me breakfast or talk to me until dinner. She asked me if I loved her at all and tried to emotionally abuse me. Wait, what? You're saying your wife tried to emotionally abuse you? Okay. Oh, okay. I told her to stop acting like this in front of our kids. Stop acting like a disgruntled pelican. She told me she does not want our kids to grow up and disregard their spouses. I told her it was bad timing and she told me I should have canceled. We do not speak of it now, and she will not bring it up either unless we have a disagreement. My mother-in-law said I should have married football if I was going to be acting like this. My friends have been defending me from my in-laws and her side of the family who are all arguing that she spent so much time and effort and thought and consideration on the trip, said that I should have canceled. I blocked their numbers, but my in-laws all hate me. Am I the asshole? Yep. Definitely are the asshole. You chose poorly here. And yes, even though she might have known about your tentative plans ahead of time, here's the deal. If she knew the exact date you were going and she went ahead and booked this trip instead to force you to make a decision, that's a different conversation. But judging from how you treat her, I don't think that was the case here, and you made the wrong choice at every damn turn. Saying that the obvious choice was to go with your friends, brozo move, not a great idea. Unless you plan on living with your friends for the rest of your life and not with your wife, because that's the direction you're taking this thing, man. It's your first ever NFL game. I get it. It's a big deal. However, if your wife plans a trip to France, you need to go to the trip to France. Guess what? NFL games happen every week, every year. Not all year long, obviously, but there are plenty of NFL games that you can go to. Yes, you had scheduled this one. You got to move it, man. You got to move it. If this was all a big play to force you to choose, yes, different scenario, but it doesn't sound like that was the deal here. It doesn't sound like that was the deal. The way that you're treating her throughout this screams to me that you're just a brozo, man. And she feels completely disregarded and unappreciated, and nothing in here tells me that she's wrong. Nothing at all. It might be in everyone sucks here if she planned this to force you to change or to choose. That might be the case. I don't perceive it that way. I think this is just you making poor decisions. Let's go ahead and assign him a classification here. Where does he land on the scale here? Definitely a 2. The obvious choice is the friends instead of the wife. That's where I feel like he just threw caution to the wind and went scorched earth and chose ASCON 1 here. I feel like you chose it by saying it's an obvious choice. Like how little you made her in that moment intentionally sends you right here for me. You knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing, man. ASCON 1. You have chosen poorly. Chosen very poorly.